Hello and welcome to my channel, and it is I, Fat Boy Mike, and this is the channel where weekly videos are posted for your enjoyment. And today I have an NBA 2K21 build video. If you want to be like John Wall with Dame Dolla's jump shot, you have come to the right place. So now let's go ahead and get to the physicals, where of course the height is going to have to be 6'4", just like John Wall. And of course, if you gotta have that blazing speed, just like John. So to have that, you're gonna have to be minimum weight. Also, you're gonna have to go ahead and make him 6'11" for the wingspan to make up for some of those lackadaisical issues that I'm gonna have on the defensive end for this build. And to start it off, we're gonna go ahead and give an 89 driving layup and a 92 driving dunk, as well as a 52 standing dunk. I've negated the close shot, so it's going to suck with some of those rebounds where you go back up and you want to put a layup up and you're underneath the basket. But in my opinion, as a point guard, you should not do that. Now, moving on to the shooting, we're going to have an 81 mid-range, which is more than enough to shoot consistently, as well as a 90 three-point shot and a 49 free throw, which I know is a little low, but is more than enough if you have the right free throw animation to crack that free throw at least consistently. Now, moving on to the playmaking part of the build, of course, John Wall's an elite playmaker, so we're going to go ahead and have 90 pass accuracy, because you need to have 90 pass accuracy to have Dimer Hall of Fame. And I think any build that has John Wall in its name, comparisons, has to have Dimer Hall of Fame, as well as an 87 ball handle, because John Wall's up there at the upper echelon of ball handlers, but he's not in a super duper elite ball handler, with a 94 speed with ball to get that blazing John Wall speed. Moving on to defense, I sacrificed the inside defense to make the perimeter defense and the block as high as it can be, as well as the defensive rebounding. I guess, as you can see, I'm sacrificing the steal, because I honestly do not think it's that important in this type of build. It sucks that you can't have steal, but whenever you increase the steal in this build creator, it kind of lowers the bar for the physicals. So if you want to be that multiple quad archetype like John Wall with the jump shot in real life would be, you have to sacrifice something on defense, and for me it has to be the steal. I know it sucks. There's ways around it if you don't want to be super duper blazing speed, if you want to lower the three-point shot a little bit, as well as lower the pass accuracy. But for me, a John Wall build has to have that high playmaking archetype. So this is what I came up with, as well as a 94 speed and a 90 excel with a 68 vertical and a 90 stamina. And I know, like, some people will at high vert, but John Wall's perfectly fine with that 65. You get them contact dunks. And the first time around for the takeover, I chose the slashing primary first for the contact dunks, and then I chose extreme clamps for the second. This time around, after I've played with the build, I would tell you guys it's smarter to get the extreme clamps first and the finishing moves second, because it's a little bit easier, in my opinion, to get that extreme clamps takeover than it is to get the finishing. A lot of people are expecting you to dunk this year, but it's all the capabilities of people's builds. So for me, to take advantage of all of that, I would say flip it around and get the dunks on the second. And on the other hand, it also is a teensy bit easier to get that second takeover once you've got the first. Now, as you can see, I've made a two-way inside-out playmaker with shades of John Wall and Damian Lillard. In my mind, if John Wall and Damian Lillard had a prodigy basketball son, that son would be Ja Morant. He is out of this world. So you can see right there, John Wall, Ja Morant, and Dame Lillard, a two-way inside-out playmaker. This build is a demigod. It is a glitch, and I'm going to be uploading videos in the coming weeks of just how broken this build is once I get his badges and go into Pro-Am, get clips, and as well as park. So to start it off with defense, of course, John Wall, in my opinion, you're going to have to get Hall of Fame clamps. And if you want to go true to the John Wall build, you're going to get Chase Down Artist bronze, Rim Protector bronze, Rebound Chaser bronze, Pogo Stick bronze, and Pick Dodger gold. To me, that is the perfect John Wall defensive build setup for badges. Now, I know there's people that are going to want to change it around, and of course you can do whatever you want. Like if you wanted to, let's say, get Rim Protector silver, Chase Down Artist silver, Clamps Hall of Fame, Pick Dodger gold, that's fine. Or you want to lower Rim Protector and get Pick Dodger Hall of Fame. I know some people would want to do that. But at the end of the day, the build that I went for my defensive badges was this. Now, moving on to the playmaking side. Again, John Wall without Hall of Fame Dimer, like I said earlier, just seems like not John Wall to me. So I threw in Hall of Fame Dimer and as well as Floor General because I want my buddies to have that increased attributes. Handles for days because I don't want to lose stam. And of course, with that blazing speed, you gotta have Hall of Fame Quick First Step. And for me, the rest is kind of just gravy. It's whatever you want to put on. If you want to throw in Space Creator, that's fine. If you want to throw in Tight Handles, that's fine. You want to throw on Ankle Breaker or Unpluckable, all of that is fine. The playmaking part past Dimer and Floor General and Quick First Step, for me, is your complete preference. It's just to me, if you're making that John Wall build, you got to have those 3 badges on at least gold. But Hall of Fame is like perfect for John Wall for me. That's the setup I ended up going with. And moving on to shooting, I'm going to go ahead and say for me, this is completely preference. It is whatever you want as a shooter because John Wall's not really a shooter in the first place. So I just go with your gut here, what you think's perfect. For me, I go with Rhythm Shooter, Stop and Pop, Sniper, and Deadeye because it just fits my gameplay very well. I don't really take deep threes. It's not really my game. I'm more of a drive and kick kind of point guard. So other than that, it's really, like I said, it's completely your preference. I know some people will probably lower and tweak with this to make it fit them better. Maybe throw in a difficult shots, take it off a Rhythm Shooter, or of course do like I said, it's really the world's your oyster when it comes to the shooting badges. It's honestly whatever you want. Take Stop and Pop off. Put on Rhythm Shooter and difficult shots silver maybe. It's honestly, or deep threes silver instead of difficult shots. It's honestly whatever you want to make. You can even take off Deadeye, put on Stop and Pop. It's literally, like I said, it's literally whatever you want to make of it. Deep threes Hall of Fame because I know some people are going to love Deep threes Hall of Fame. So at the end of the day, the world is your oyster when it comes to the shooting badges. And at the end of the day, the setup that I'm going to choose is going to be the Rhythm Shooter, the Stop and Pop. And now, moving on to the finishing badges, what I came up with, if you're going to make John Wall, of course, there's certain finishing badges. I think you got to have Posterizer Hall of Fame. I would throw in Slithery Finisher and Acrobat. And when it comes down to it, I think these are the perfect badges. Now, I want to thank everyone for stopping by and checking out my John Wall Elite Demigod Point Guard build. I will be having gameplay coming up in the next coming days or maybe a week for you guys to really see the potential of this build. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Peace.